Bonitas, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, my name is Alejandra. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to know everything about postpartum, go ahead and stay watching this video. Alright, so today, like I mentioned, we're going to be talking all about postpartum. And let me tell you, it's been a roller coaster ride. So we're going to start from the very first day back home. Let me tell you, I felt like my body was tired, but because I hadn't been sleeping so much. And then of course now you have a brand new baby that you gotta feed every 2-3 hours, and if they're cluster feeding, every hour. So let me just tell you that the first 2 weeks were the hardest for me because I like someone that likes to sleep. I am not a morning person. I appreciate my sleep. So it was like a major shock to my body not being able to sleep as much as I used to, because even on the last weeks of pregnancy, like I slept fine. I didn't have any issues. The only thing is like I got up to the bathroom like once or twice, if that, at night. But other than that, like my baby was good. She wasn't moving. She didn't keep me up. I didn't have insomnia. So everything was fine with my sleeping habits. But now with the baby, of course, you have to wake up. And then as a mom, like literally as soon as you become a mom, your instincts, like, it's like your little antennas, like you can hear your baby breathe, or if she's making a noise, or if she's like choking on her spit, or you even hear if she's not even doing any of that. So you will be like half asleep all of the time. But the first 2 weeks I was literally like a zombie. I wasn't too achy when it came to like my stitches down there, since I did have a 2nd-degree tear. I wasn't too achy because I was on pain medication. I felt like if I was Wonder Woman going up and down the stairs of my house and doing stuff around the house, even though I was not supposed to, and even though I had all the help in the world, but because I'm not used to like people doing the stuff for me, like I felt like I had to, or I felt bad, let's say my mom cleaning and cooking, like I just wanted to do my thing. Now, and if you see me looking down, it's like I have everything written down so I don't forget to tell you exactly what went down with postpartum. Now, so definitely, at least for the first 2 weeks, if you can and if you have the help, just rest, worry about you and the baby, nothing else. Because let me tell you, week 3, my body felt it. My body was sore, tired. There was a day that I did not want to get up from bed. Like, of course, I tend to the baby, but the baby and I stayed in my bedroom all day long. I had my sister and my mom bring up the food and water and everything to me because I did not want to leave my bed. My body just felt exhausted, like exhausted. And then during that time, I also got mastitis on one breast. Oh my god, I thought I was having like I thought I was getting sick because I started feeling very cold. And let me tell you, I gave birth in like the hottest days of the year, it felt like. So I was very cold, I got a fever, I had the chills, and my boob, this one really, like, it really hurt, and it was hard on one side. So I was like, oh my god, like I know what this is. Luckily, you know, I just took a shower, let warm water run on my chest. I believe I took 2 Tylenols for the fever. My mom and Peter put cold wet rags on my chest and on my forehead to bring down my fever as well. And then I just slept, and Peter handled the baby that night. But it really helped. It went away like in 2 to 3 days. But I kept pumping and breastfeeding, and that's what went ahead and helped with my mastitis. Now, my aches and pains were more like, and you know, and I don't know what to compare it to because, you know, this is my first baby. I don't know what postpartum is like or what's supposed to be like. I was fine, like I said, the first 2 weeks, like physically wise. Now, when it came to like my literally I want to say like the half my body, my pelvic area, that felt so sore, and like I had a big hole. Of course there was a baby in its uterus going down back to its normal size, but it literally felt like I had a hole through my body. And to this day, 6 weeks out, I was just 6 weeks on Friday, and today is Monday, and I literally, like, it feels like even when I have to sneeze, like it hurts. Like I have to go like this, like go down and like kind of like hold myself, because it hurts to sneeze. And like I told the doctor and everything, she's like, yeah, like your body just went through the trauma of delivering a whole baby, so you know it can take up to 6 months for your body to heal. Even though like she cleared me for everything else, since she's like, oh, you're healing perfectly fine, everything is looking good, your stitches are all gone, like it's everything's fine. But internally it can take up to 6 months to recoup via if you had a vaginal birth. So that was like, is this normal? Like, are we supposed to like not be feeling this? So I was like, okay. Now, when it came to the postpartum bleeding, I literally bled 5 weeks. I stopped bleeding literally, yeah, literally by the end of 5 weeks going into the 6 weeks. And then as soon as I stopped bleeding from that, I started my period. I was like, what the hell? Like, what the hell is this? And I was like, oh my god, I thought like with breastfeeding your period comes later on, but nope, she can come, Mother Nature can come way sooner than that. Now, when it came to taking care of the area down there, I didn't buy anything other than the adult diapers for my heavy bleeding days, or as soon as I was discharged from the hospital, because they gave me the Tux, and they gave me the like the numbing or the pain spray, and they gave me the Peri bottle. I didn't feel like I needed to buy anything else. The Tux really came through, it very soothing. It's a must-have. Ask your hospital for stuff. They give me 2 things of everything, and then they give me the really long thick pads, which were really good for like the nighttime, if you don't have the disposable or the adult diapers. So I recommend, but I recommend the diapers for sure. And I literally finished my pack. I didn't even buy anything else after that. My bleeding went down very quickly, so I started just using regular pads. And I don't know if that is because I'm taking my placenta pills, or I don't know. You know, like I said, I've never given birth before, so I don't know what to compare it to. But I did bleed the 5 weeks, but it was not like heavy bleeding. Heavy bleeding was probably the first week, and then everything else was like a heavy to medium period, and then it went and slowly went like dying down to the point where I only had to wear liners. So make sure you stock up on liners and like your regular period pads if you wear that, because you don't want to put a tampon during that time. Talking about the placenta pills, like I said, I don't know what to compare my symptoms to, but I feel like they have given me energy. Like I remember one day I was so exhausted, and I took my pills, and a little while after, like I felt fine, like I felt energized. They're supposed to help prevent baby blues, and I feel like they actually did help. I in no way, shape, or form do I feel like I went through or am going through postpartum depression, but I do feel like there was 2 days that I felt like I had the baby blues, because early on when we came home, I don't know if I was just like a little overwhelmed, or like it was just a mix of emotions of having the baby, and then like trying to like adjust, and or feeling like I didn't know what to do, or I don't know what it was. I think it was literally my hormones, because I was in bed and Peter was like, are you okay? I guess he saw like something off in my face, and he was like, are you okay? And I literally just started crying, like like just tears flowing down. And he's like, what's wrong? I was like, I don't know what's wrong, like I think it's just my hormones. But I was just crying for like a couple minutes, and then I got over it. Like that's how I knew. I was like, okay, this is not me, it's my hormones. And then the morning before I realized I had mastitis, or before it kicked in all the way, I was downstairs having breakfast with my mom, and she was talking to me like about random stuff. And then I just was like, oh, I had a headache. That's what started off me feeling kind of off. And then she's like, what's wrong? And I just started crying, and I was like, what the hell? And then she was like, is this postpartum depression? And I was like, no, it's just my hormones. But it was literally just those 2 days, and they were like a week or two apart, so it was like very separate. And other than that, I didn't feel anything else like in regards to baby blues. So I honestly do feel like the pills have helped with that, and of course with the bleeding, lessening that. I also feel when I gave birth, I did bleed a lot, so I had anemia and I had to take my iron pills. And the placenta pills are also supposed to help with replenishing your iron. So I believe like both things kind of help, because when I came back from the hospital, I also felt very exhausted because of all the blood I had lost. So now I feel more energized, or I don't feel as tired. Like you can tell the tired between lack of iron and the tired of like you just didn't sleep well that night. And I don't feel like the type of tired that a lack of iron would cause. So I feel like that has been helpful. And I haven't experienced any hair loss just yet, but I feel like that comes later on, so I'll keep you guys updated when it comes to that. Placenta pills is supposed to help with preventing, or at least lessening, the hair loss. So I am very much crossing my fingers for that, so I'll keep you guys updated. Now, when it came to week 3 going into week 4 postpartum, that's when I felt like my body had a hole in it, in my pelvic area. Literally, I felt like my spine, my hips were like this, like going like this, and then my spine where I got the epidural, I would get like some kind of like a little bit of pain, but it also felt like if I was just standing like wrong, or like my posture was incorrect. But if it hurt like where they insert the epidural. So I don't know if it was that. Like it's been a week and a half that I don't feel that pain anymore, so I don't know if it was just, you know, back in those couple of weeks. But honestly, to this day, like my pelvic area still hurt, my pelvic bones still hurt. I had a lot of pelvic pain while pregnant, and I feel like I still have that pain. It's lessened, but I feel like I have it more consistently throughout the day, but it's just less painful than it used to be. Now I don't know if like that's normal. Like I said, I've never delivered a baby before, so I don't know if, you know, it's normal to feel like literally if my legs are like this laying on your side and they're like this, like it hurts. So I even have to put a pillow like if I was pregnant sometimes. So I don't know if it has to do with like still delivery, or if like I had to really relax and stop going up and down these stairs. Another fun fact about pregnancy or postpartum is my foot grew. It literally probably grew like half a size. I want to say, I haven't purchased any new shoes yet, so I don't know how much bigger it would be, but I have some espadrilles, and I was putting them on the other day and they would not go on. I was like, oh hell no. So I literally took me like 10 minutes to squeeze my foot in there and kind of like stretch them out, because I was like, oh my goodness. That's why I only have a feeling my foot grew like half a size. So I was like, no, I cannot. I can't just throw away all my shoes and buy a whole new pairs of them. I wish. But that's definitely something that happened to me, and it doesn't happen to a lot of women. So leave comments down below if it happened to you too. I'm trying to think anything else postpartum related. Definitely if you're breastfeeding, I'm gonna go ahead and link down below some I was gonna say sports bras, some nursing bras that I found on Amazon that are absolutely amazing. I literally live in them. They give you so much support. They're thick band, they're not thin, and they literally feel like they give you support even when you bring down the straps to nurse. I also recommend that you get there's some gel soothies from Lancino, I believe is the brand. My neighbor actually put me on those. She gave them to me. I put them on my nips, and oh my god, the soothing feeling effect it gave me, it was amazing. And then of course you need your nursing pads for leaking, and you don't want to go through your clothes. Those have been a lifesaver for me, especially now in the nighttime that my baby sleeps longer stretches. They have been coming through. For your stomach, I shared with you guys on Instagram the belly band that I bought from Amazon that I used in the first couple weeks to really bring down my stomach, which thankfully, like, my stomach went down fairly quickly. And I feel like I also have to give that to breastfeeding. I feel like breastfeeding like took all of that baby weight away. I weigh now less than I did when I first got pregnant. So that's how much breastfeeding like literally took all the fat away from me and brought down my tummy. So I used this belly band, and then I also used this firming lotion from Body Blends that I've also shared on Instagram. I'll go ahead and link everything down below. And I did get a couple stretch marks around my belly button area, so I do keep using my Palmer's stretch mark lotion and the bio oil. So I do feel like they are diminishing a little bit, but I also feel it's because my stomach is like really almost gone. My skin is going down, but do not think like, oh my god, like she's looks very thin or whatever. No, like I have flabby skin now. So now that I'm cleared for my doctor, I'm gonna go ahead and try going on my walks with the baby, or trying to do a little bit of cardio in my elliptical, and maybe later on, once I feel better in my pelvic area, I can start doing weights. Because let me tell you, just how I lost all that weight really quick, my butt is also gone. So I have to operation build the booty again. So I'm gonna have to hit the weights and the squats soon. But other than that, I feel like there's not much else. Like, honestly, I feel like everyone is different, but my number one tip for you guys is to really rest at least the first 2 or 3 weeks, because your body literally just went through like a very traumatic experience, and you need to rest. Plus your mind and your body are trying to get accustomed to a whole new little person that was once inside of you, that nourished themselves from inside, to now you having to pretty much nourish the baby on the outside. And as well, they're learning completely even how to breathe and how to like be in this world outside of you. So definitely take your time, don't rush into things like I did, because I honestly felt like, I don't know why I thought maternity leave would be like a vacation from work. Oh my god, no, it is not a freaking vacation at all. It's hard learning, you know, what may be hurting them or what they need, because it's either they just cry or they just want to be with you. Like, my baby sometimes just wants me to hold her, or if let's say I'm gone for an hour to whatever I gotta do, and then I come back, it's like she missed me, and of course I missed her too, because I'm like, as soon as I leave, I'm like, oh, I hope she's fine. And I know she's fine because she was either with my mom or with Peter, and I'm like, she's fine. But as a mom, you're like, oh my god, is she gonna be okay? Is she gonna get hungry? Are they gonna be able to put her down to sleep? And then you can feel like they miss you even when you're gone just for a little bit. So that's like the sweetest thing, like when they look directly into your eyes, and it's like, oh my god, I can't believe you were inside of me and now you're here. And they really look into your eyes and like look at you, or at least my baby does, and it just feels amazing. But take your time, rest, get to know your baby. They're getting to know you on the outside now. So it's the most beautiful thing ever. If you guys have any other questions, go ahead and leave them down below, or send me a DM on Instagram. I really appreciate all of the questions that you guys sent me on the poll that I sent earlier today. But if you want to keep up with more of the stuff on a day-to-day basis, go ahead and follow me on Instagram at Styles by Miss Ale, and I promise I'll be more consistent on there. I'm just still trying to like get my baby on like a nap routine, but she's too little. Usually routines don't happen for babies until they're about 3 months. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.